You need a flyer for next week's workshop, or a graphic for the post you keep meaning to put up, or maybe even a few slides that you are going to give in a presentation. So you open up your design tool, you start from a template, and 40 minutes later, you're still dragging around text boxes and trying to figure out which blue to use, and they look exactly the same. The work that you're doing and the work that you're promoting is really good, but the thing that you made to promote it looks rushed. So, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. Kim, and people call me the AI doctor. I help entrepreneurs put AI to work without the hype and without needing to be overly technical. If this video is useful, subscribe so you can catch the rest of this challenge and share it with another business owner who needs it. If you're new here, this is day 5 of a 12-day series. We publish Monday through Saturday. Days 1 through 4 covered what Claude is, how to talk to it with the CARE method, projects, skills, and you don't need to follow those things today, but they do make today make more sense. The links for all those days are in the description. So here's the problem. Making the visual side of your business look professional usually costs you one of a few things. It's either money, and that's when you pay a designer and wait for the file, or when you do it yourself on a Saturday and the result kind of looks homemade. So today I'm going to show you a third way, and it's built right into Claude. It's called Claude Design. And here's what it makes. It makes flyers, it makes social media graphics, it makes slide decks, sales pages, websites, the visual pieces that you either pay for or you keep putting off. So you tell it what you want in plain words, and it builds the actual design for you to look at. You can reach it in a few places. It lives in Claude on the web. You can also get it on the Claude desktop app and inside of Claude Cowork, which is the workspace that we cover later on in day number 8. So wherever you're ready to work with Claude, Design is right there to work with you. So everything in days 1 through 4 works on the free version of Claude. Claude Design does not. It's on the paid plan. It's on Pro or above. So this is the first feature in the Claude Challenge that asks you to be on a paid plan. So I'm going to show you exactly what you get for it, and then it helps you decide whether or not you want to upgrade. So what is Claude Design? Claude Design is a workspace inside of Claude where you make the visual side of your business simply by describing it. Again, a flyer, a social post, a slide deck, the layout of a sales page or a landing page. You tell it what you want. Claude builds a first version, and then you change whatever is not right so you can edit it. It opens in its own space. You can click design on the sidebar or on the web or in the desktop app, or you can go straight to design.claude.com. It's there inside Claude Cowork too, and you'll know that you landed in the right space because the screen looks different. It actually splits into two, and you'll see that in just a moment. Your chat sits on the left, and the design will appear on the right on a canvas where you can watch it all come together. So the way that you work with Claude Design is the same skill that you practiced all week. You describe what you want in plain language, and if you use the CARE method that we taught in episode 1, you get better results. Claude builds what you asked on the canvas. Then you refine either by telling it what to change in the chat or by clicking right on a piece in the design and fixing it yourself. No design software to learn. You talk, it builds, you adjust. So now just a moment of clarity. Claude Design lays things out and it styles them. However, it's not the tool for making like a brand new photo or video from scratch. That's a different kind of AI work, and we have a dedicated session on making images and video later in the challenge. Today is about layout and design, the flyers, the decks, and the pages. So when something is ready, you can take it with you. Claude Design saves out to PDF, it saves to PowerPoint, and it also saves straight to Canva, among other places. And that's really important because I know a lot of you already work in Canva. Get most of the way here in 2 minutes, and then you send it over to Canva to finish in the tool that you already know. So talking about it only goes but so far. Let me build a few different things in front of you so you can see the range. Same tool, same tab. So here's step 1. Design is not your normal chat window. It sits in its own space. Right here on the left, you'll see a little artist palette, and we'll click on design and open it up, and we'll notice that we have a new window. So I'm just going to take a really quick prompt and I'm going to pop it into the chat and watch what it does. Make an Instagram post to promote my free class for momentum. It's called the Profit Reset and it helps service business owners stop trading every hour for $1. Square, a bold headline, one line under it, and the detail. Thursday at noon, calm and professional, one accent color. Pretty simple, huh? So Claude opens up and the screen splits. On the left hand, we have the continued chat, but on the right side, we're going to watch Claude actually build. And here we have it, a square post laid out, ready to put up today. I didn't open up a template. I didn't pick a font. I described it and it built it. So we have everything we asked for. Stop trading every hour for $1, a free class for service business owners ready to build income that doesn't depend on a clock, Thursday at noon, and we have a button down here. Now, if you look at the top, we have several options. We can mark up, which means we can tell Claude what we want to choose to change. And as you see me hovering over different spots, we can go in and we can make the changes that we want. We also have comments. So if you're sending this to someone you're working with and they want to make comments, they have the ability to do that. If we click on edit, we can edit specific areas. So I can take this out altogether and I can put something else in, but we're not going to do that. And over here, we also have share. We can share a link to the workspace and we can determine who can access it. We can export it. We can export as a PDF, as a PowerPoint, as a standalone HTML, or even a zipped project archive. We can choose our PDF options, instant or reformat for printing by Claude, or we can send this to Claude Code and we can hand the project off to your terminal if you're using Claude Code, or we can send this over to Canva. So many different options that we have. So we're going to come out of edit and we're not going to share it. And we're just going to save this. And now we're going to create something altogether different. We're going to create a short slide deck. So I've just given it a prompt in the system, make a 5-slide presentation for a free class on pricing. Slide 1 is the title, then 1 slide each for why most owners underprice, how to find your real number, and how to raise prices without losing clients. A closing slide invites them to book a call. Keep the words on each slide short. I will be talking over it. And we're going to send that in. And Claude is going to treat this as a brand new prompt. So it says, I'll build this deck reusing the same calm visual system. Let me grab the deck shell. All right, here we have it. It says done. A 5-slide deck in the same calm system as your post. It gave us a title slide. It gave us why most unders are underpriced. We have find your real number, raise prices without losing clients, and book a call is the last call to action. Also notice that we have speaker notes underneath. So if you want to give yourself a script, then you can direct Claude to help you create the script, or you can type it in yourself. 5 slides on brand, light on text, just the way a good slide should be. And this really is a class I could probably teach this afternoon. So let's do one more thing, and this will be very interesting. We are going to create a landing page. So the prompt is show me a simple landing page design for the Profit Reset class, a headline at the top, 3 short reasons to attend, and a sign up button. And we're going to send that prompt. All right, it's done. It created a simple landing page in the same Calm system. Centered headline at the top with the hook and a Save My Free Seat button, 3 short numbered reasons to attend across the middle, and a sign up section with an email field and reserve button. So you can see that this is the look of a good sign up page. It's light. Now, getting this page actually live on the internet with a working button that collects the names is its own step, and that's a different class that we're going to be teaching, and that's tomorrow on day 6. Today we're designing it, tomorrow we take it live. And I want to point that out so you know that we're not going to skip it. So the last thing that we're going to do, how about we build a 1-page flyer? So I'm going to give this one more prompt. Make a clean one-page flyer for a coaching program called Momentum. It's a 6-week group program for service business owners who are fully booked but barely profitable. It teaches them to raise their prices, tighten how they deliver, and build real-time off back into their week. Include a strong headline, 3 short benefit sections, who it's for, and 1 clear button to book a call. Warm and professional, 1 accent color, single page. So Claude is going to read all of that in the prompt, and it's going to create this flyer for us. All right, it's done. It gave us the headline, fully booked, finally profitable, 3 benefit rows, raise your prices, tighten how you deliver, build in real-time off, who it's for, right here, and 1 clear button to book the call. Well, what if we decide that we don't want these colors? We want to make some changes to the layout. We want to make some changes to the colors that are being used. Pretty simple. All we're going to do is tell Claude what we want it to do. So make the headline bigger and bolder and change the accent color to a deep teal. And we'll send that off. And Claude knows that we're not starting a new document, we're not starting a new page, we're not starting a new flyer. Claude knows that we want to stay inside of this same design. So you can see it changed. There we go. It changed the colors. So now instead of the terracotta, we are now dealing with a teal. And this is the hands-on way. I click straight on the button and change the words for myself if we want to, but I like to actually put the prompt into the chat and have Claude change it for me. Now what we can do is we can come up and we can share and we can export this as a PDF. I don't want instant. I want, we'll choose instant and then we'll click on download. And here we have the PDF for the flyer. And I can also print it. Not going to do that right now, but you get the idea. You can see what is possible inside of Claude Design. So a couple of warnings here. First, Claude Design is in what they call research preview, which is a very polite way of saying it's still being built. It's in beta. It's going to have changes from month to month. So if a button gets moved by the time that you open it, or by the time you view this video, or by the time that you use it, that's why. And that's the way this works. Second, it also has usage limits, and they are really real. Design work uses more behind the scenes than a plain chat. So you can run through your allowance in Claude a lot faster than you might expect. So the fix is simple. Work in focused sessions. Plan your sessions before you sit down with Claude and you start to design. And then take the one thing that you actually need to build it, save it, done. But make sure that you have planned properly. And then third, keep your expectations honest. Let's face it, this does not replace Canva. It does not replace a real designer for the work that truly matters. For a full brand identity or a high stakes piece, you still want a person that is a trained graphic artist. For the steady stream of smaller things that you need to make, like a quick Instagram post or something like that, this is pretty good and it'll get you to where you need to get to very quickly. We want to make sure that you're matching the tool to the job, and that's the same lesson as day one. So where should you use Claude Design? Social posts that you keep meaning to make and you never do, a flyer for an event or a workshop like you just saw, and notice it doesn't have that ChatGPT look that so many people are complaining about. Maybe even a slide deck for a talk or a training, a cover for a free guide that looks like you paid for it, maybe a sales page so you can see it before you have to build it for real. So anything that you avoid making because it might look homemade, and if you're like me, graphically challenged, this is a great place to start. So folks, that is day 5. Claude Design takes the skills that you've built all week, describing what you want in plain language, and points it at the visual side of your business. We have the flyers, the social posts, the slide decks, the page layouts. You describe it, Claude builds it, and then you adjust it. Then you can save it as a PDF, you can save it as PowerPoint or Canva, or even send it to Claude Code for even more interaction. Claude Design is on the paid plan. It's got to be on Pro or above, and it's still in preview. It's still kind of a beta, so it does have usage limits, and it gets you to a strong draft fast rather than replacing a designer. So point it at the right job, it'll clear a whole pile of work that you've been avoiding. So today we made things that look finished, very quick and dirty. Tomorrow we're going to take one of these and we're going to put it on the internet. Day 6 is where we take a page live and we wire it to capture a lead with no developer and no code. We're going to design the page as basically the way you saw today. We're going to get it published, we're going to get it hosted, and we're going to start collecting names. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. This closes out week 1, so bring your ideas. Your homework. Open Claude Design and make one real thing that you're going to use this week. It might be a social post, it might be a flyer, it might be a few slides. Your choice. Describe it in plain words, refine it once, and save it. 5 minutes, one finished piece. And then come tell the group or tell me below what you made and whether it looked good enough to use. That alone is going to tell us how much time this gives you back. And again, I'm Dr. Kim, the AI doctor. If this video helped, please subscribe so that you get the rest of the challenge and share it with another entrepreneur whose good work keeps looking homemade. Ciao for now.